So I have been waiting to talk about this film, Stalker, 1979. Remember 1979 because I'm working on a new book, which may or may not have anything to do with 1979. It probably does. Stalker, Andrei Tarkovsky. Now, in my Solaris review, and I'm going to go ahead and repeat this probably for every Andrei Tarkovsky film that I do, probably besides Ivan's Childhood. But Andrei Tarkovsky is a very slow, methodical filmmaker. He's a very different filmmaker. And Stalker, when I watched the trailer for it, Stalker was actually the film that got me into Andrei Tarkovsky, like in terms of wanting to check out his work. I ordered Stalker, and then I was like, okay, I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to get the rest of them. And I really did enjoy Stalker. As slow as this film might be, at times, this film is just molasses slow. I can't help but be mesmerized. What Andrei Tarkovsky did with the whole changing the colors of the film, you go from the black and white sepia to the color when they're in the zone, is just absolutely magnificent. It's almost genius. So the premise of this film is three men are going into this zone because in the zone there's a spot that will grant you your wishes. You know, the place will sort of read you and grant your wish. Fun fact about this film. Now I don't know if this is 100% true or not, but I'm guessing it is. The word stalker actually wasn't in the Russian vocabulary, or I don't think it actually had a real meaning. So a stalker in this universe is just somebody that takes people to the zone or goes into the zone. I think that's a fact. I'm not sure. I just thought it was pretty cool, so I would bring it up. Or maybe I'm just like a dumbass and I don't know what I'm talking about. But if that is the case, that is pretty interesting. Now, what I was talking about with the whole black and white sepia and then switching over to color is when they're not in the zone, it's the black and white sepia. And this film has a lot of stuff going on at the beginning part. They're trying to get to the zone. And whenever they get to the zone, it switches to color. And it's almost like, I feel like for the main character at least, I feel like this is sort of a metaphor for the main character, because when we're in this black and white sepia part, it almost feels like this character's black and white. He's living in a black and white world. He does not care about this world. But whenever we get into the zone and we see all these colors, he's like, hey, I'm home. I love this place, the zone. This is what I do. I take people here. And the film succeeds in that. The film succeeds in making you feel what these characters feel, and there's some really good dialogue in this film. Like, super good dialogue. I absolutely love the last part of this film. I won't say anything, but I feel like what Andrei Tarkovsky was going for, I got it. I got the message, and wow, I love it. When I said Andrei Tarkovsky was a very slow and methodical filmmaker, I really do mean that. There are some films in this film that some of the longest shots that I've ever seen in my life. The cool thing about this is these characters, you see what these characters do. Like, I mean, you follow these characters from the beginning all the way until the very end. Like, not necessarily, like, I could compare it to 1917, but the film isn't in one shot. But you see these characters, what they do. If these characters are just walking through weeds, you're seeing that. If these characters are looking at rundown tanks, you're seeing that. If these characters are just examining a building and doing nothing whatsoever, you're seeing that. If they are walking past a sewer where water is falling out or whatever, you're seeing that. And it sucks you in emotionally and not physically, mentally. Yeah, mentally. There's some interesting facts about this film. Like, there's a lot of interesting facts. Like, for instance, one of the big ones is the cinematography in this. There was a mishap. I guess they had to shoot this movie like 3 different times, which is kind of ridiculous if you ask me. But that's crazy. And then also, this might be the film that killed Andrei Tarkovsky because of all the I guess radiation that they were working with, or a lot of the just hazardous things. There are a lot of the gas or something that they were breathing in, the chemicals. I'm not exactly sure. A lot of crazy stuff in this film, and you can tell the locations that these actors go to. It's grimy, it's messy, and I hope they got paid well. But Stalker is definitely worth the watch. I would give this film a great score, like an 8. But I do believe this movie deserves a 9. I do think it's amazing what Tarkovsky put on the screen, and I do believe this film is really important to cinema, and I would definitely recommend anybody check it out. Stalker, I would honestly say this would probably be the perfect starting point for a Tarkovsky film fan or somebody that's wanting to get into Tarkovsky's work, is what I mean. Yeah, definitely check out Stalker. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you guys did, leave a thumbs up and maybe subscribe. And check out my Instagram down below and my book, The Run Around to Hell I Come. I think you guys will really enjoy it. See you guys next time.